What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. It is Friday, which means it's time for a good old-fashioned Friday T3 watch rant. Now, we're going to be exploring two concepts that are pretty prevalent in really any collecting hobby. Buyer's remorse, that's a very real phenomenon. I've experienced it twice in my watch collecting career. We're going to go over the two watches that I kind of had big buyer's remorse with. And then there's seller's remorse, which is, I think, an even more hard-hitting phenomenon. It's like much more depressing to let go of something and then realize, oh man, I actually really liked that thing and it's going to be really hard to reacquire one. But then there's a third concept that no one seems to talk about, and I don't understand why. Reviewer's remorse. It is 12:34 p.m. Let's get down to business. So yeah, there's two watches I personally regret buying. I've since gotten rid of them, but I feel like I shouldn't have had them in my collection in the first place, and I probably would not buy them again. In fact, I absolutely would not buy them again. And while I tell you that story, please comment in the comment section below. Have you ever had buyer's remorse? And if so, which watch and why? But first, a quick word from today's sponsor, Wolf Watch Club. We've spoken about them in the past. They're doing a very limited draw for a 2025 Tudor Pelagos. Only 299 tickets total for this watch. Those are odds that you never see for watches at this level. Even better, my viewers get 20% off their ticket purchases when they use coupon code TIMETELLER20 at wolfwatchclub.com. So if you're on the fence about taking advantage of this, you got a pretty good discount using this code, and they're doing the draw in like a couple days from now. So don't wait. Every draw at Wolf Watch Club is transparent, it's legit, real winners, real watches. I've checked it out myself. So again, go to wolfwatchclub.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. Thanks to Wolf Watch Club for sponsoring this episode. Okay, you know when you see a watch that you really, really love and you're like, man, this media photo looks incredible. Ooh, I'm on Hodinkee and I love the way this watch looks. Wow, I'm on Instagram. This is the coolest watch I've ever seen. I'm going to type in my credit card information and purchase one for myself. And then the box shows up, you tear into it, you put it on your wrist and you're like, holy shit, this sucks. Yeah, that's what happened when I bought that Hamilton Jazzmaster Open Heart. There was nothing wrong with it. It's not a bad watch. In fact, there's a lot of things I still like about the watch when I look at pictures of it. But when I had it on my wrist, it wasn't the watch for me. I practically never wore it. And it was a big bummer because that was like one of my first big boy watches. Like, I saved up for it and I purchased it and I was like, ooh, this is fancy schmancy. My first Open Heart. Ooh, that rose gold tone really looks sophisticated and high end. It is a beautiful watch. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it is a very nice looking watch on someone else. I think the worst part about it is that every time I would film it, because I got it not long before I started this channel, every time I had it on the YouTube channel, a bunch of people in the comments were like, oh my god, it's gorgeous. Like, you guys loved it. So I felt almost bad admitting to you guys, like, yeah, it is gorgeous, but it just, like, I don't wear it that often because it doesn't really look good on me. And then the second watch that I had buyer's remorse with, the limited edition analog GShock Frogman Royal Navy edition. It's a long name, doesn't matter. It was an analog Frogman, and that was the big problem with it. Has nothing to do that it was a limited edition. It has nothing to do that it was a G-Shock. You guys know I love G-Shocks. You guys know that I love the GShock Frogman. It's that this is an analog Frogman. So this does not have a digital display. So the interface, the menu, the setting that you are in at any given time is kind of a crapshoot. And setting the watch without a digital interface like that, with all the different functions and all the capabilities, it was just hell, dude. It was not fun. And to make it worse, the strap was super thick and very rigid and not comfortable. And so, yeah, man, if you want a GShock Frogman, I say 2 thumbs up. But stay away from the analog ones. So both of those stories of buyer's remorse, those were kind of, you know, my own fault, right? I bought a watch, I hadn't worn one prior, I put it on my wrist and didn't like it, and then oops, it happened again. But this next form of remorse Reviewer's remorse? I'm going to take zero accountability here, all right? I'm going to totally blame someone else for this issue because, well, that's what the Watchmaker did to me. We're going to talk about that right now. There is one Watchmaker I sincerely regret giving any airtime to. And the only way that I feel like I can spin this into something good is that at least it gives me content to complain about here in this video. And I suppose it's something that I can kind of laugh about. My longtime viewers probably already know which Watchmaker I'm talking about because I've kind of told this story in a live stream a very long time ago. So, it's a European watchmaker. I did a review, much like every other review I do, there's a sprinkling of good and a sprinkling of bad. It's never all good and it's never all bad. I'm wearing one of my favorite watches right now, this GShock DW6900 Neo Tokyo. Guess what? There are things that I don't like about it. And this is one of my favorite watches. Okay, I love that it is the DW6900 module, right? I like that because the DW6600 is one of my favorite G-Shocks. I absolutely love the backlight. However, although the negative display looks really cool in ideal light, in kind of dim or non-ideal light, the negative display isn't great. So if you don't have great vision, if you're someone that doesn't want to have to keep pressing the backlight, then maybe this isn't the watch for you. See, I did kind of a well-rounded criticism of this watch. No item that I will ever review here is going to be all good or all bad, and the longer you spend time with any item, you realize that there's things you really like and things you really don't like, and that is how it is. Like, that's just life. But I had a very, very kind of run-of-the-mill review of this particular watch, and then came the emails, okay? And it wasn't just like a, hey man, like, okay, I've gotten this before, where I give a watch, I do a review for a watch, and I give it some criticisms. I'll sometimes get a little bit of pushback from my contact at that watchmaker being like, well, you know, we designed it this way because of this particular reason, so we really like that it's like that, but, you know, we understand that you may not feel the same way, and blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of like they're explaining themselves and giving me more clarity, and then I'm able to give them more clarity about why I felt the way I did, and that's perfectly fine. But this is the one time I really had a watchmaker lay into me. And it got so bad that, like, they left me sob stories in my inbox about how I ruined Christmas. And I ruined their sales so much they could only afford to buy books as gifts for Christmas. And I don't understand, like, the importance of the holiday. It's like, okay, first of all, now you're getting into, like, some anti-Jew talk. And I don't want to, I don't want to be one of those guys that's like, hey, you don't like me because I'm Jewish. But I think they didn't like me because I was Jewish. Oy vey. Here's the thing, man. If your company just totally implodes because of one dude's YouTube review that happens to be fairly benign, well-rounded, and still to this day hasn't even cracked 20,000 views, then the problem probably isn't me. It's probably you, your mid-products, your overpriced pricing, and your ego. But as I said way back in the beginning of this episode, they decided to take zero accountability and blame anyone but themselves for their own shortcomings. So yeah, the first two phenomenons of buyer's remorse, my fault. This reviewer's remorse is that's on them. Every watchmaker that sends a watch to me knows that I am going to do a time teller review. They know that I make jokes. They know that I'm sometimes harsh. They know I give the bad with the good and the good with the bad, and I don't pull any punches. And that's why I have respect for pretty much every item that comes across my desk. Those brands know who I am, and they still want to put their items to the test. So this one watchmaker, they've got to ask themselves, is their product even good, or are they just hoping no one looks too closely? You gotta wonder. Now, I went on their website recently, like actually yesterday, and it seems like they're still a company and they're still selling way overpriced watches for what they offer, in my opinion. But yeah, if any of my viewers can comment in the comment section below guessing which brand I'm talking about, I won't openly confirm it, but I may... Yeah, I might just confirm it. I might, yeah. So just comment below. Let's see who guesses it. All right, guys. I will catch you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed this old school T3 watch rant on a Friday. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed, and stay in the fight. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.